Hello, precious ones. This is Miss Moreland coming at you today with a new story, a funny twist on an old story. Now, remember, we read The Three Little Pigs, and we practiced our story elements. The title is the name. The title is the name. Tell us what the book's about. The title is the name. That song, and we practiced that. And that's the kind of the original Three Pigs story, right? Then we read The Three Ninja Pigs. And that was the Three Little Pigs, but with a kind of a funny little twist. And definitely a different setting and some different things with our characters this time. But today, we're going to read the story of the Three Little Wolves. Yes, you heard me right. The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Ha! Holy macaroni. Well, here we go, folks. Here's our title page. Our old friend, Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Now, by Jiminy, that's not a pig. What is that, people? Well, that's a beaver. My goodness, I wonder why they have a beaver on their title page. Well, maybe they'll let us know and tell us. You could make a prediction, you know. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the three little wolves around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves. But beware of the Big Bad Pig." "Don't worry, Mother. We will watch out for him," said the three little wolves, and they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little wolves. "Oh, certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. Woo! That's looking very nice and sturdy there, isn't it? Well. The very next day, the Big Bad Pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little wolves had built. The three little wolves were playing croquet in the garden when they saw the Big Bad Pig coming. They ran inside the house and locked the door. Woo, looks like they're having fun playing croquet. That's a shame. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me come in." No, said the three little wolves. "Not by the hair of our chins. We will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Well, then I will huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed. But the house did not fall down. Woo. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his sledgehammer and he knocked the house down. The three little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed. "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said. Just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Oh, most certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. That's what sidewalks and roads are made out of. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing battledore and shuttlecock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I will huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't come down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his pneumatic drill, it's like a jackhammer, and smashed the house down. Holy macaroni. The three little wolves managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. Can you make your little chin tremble? "We shall build an even stronger house," they said, because they were very determined. Just then, they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron and steel bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. "Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars and armor plates, and some heavy metal padlocks?" they said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck. "Oh, sure," said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some reinforced steel chains because he was a generous and kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. They felt absolutely safe. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house, bolted the door, and locked all 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, Oh, little frightened wolves with the trembling chins, let me come in. No, 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 said the little wolves. By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot. Well, then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house did not fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, laid it against the house, lit the fuse, and the house blew up kablooey. The three little pigs just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. Scorched means slightly burned, just slightly. Something must be wrong with our building materials, they said. We have to try something different. But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming along, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. "Oh, please, will you give us some flowers?" asked the little wolves. "Oh, with pleasure," said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. One wall was marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in their bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house. Fragile means easily broken, and it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the three little wolves had built. He rang the blue bell at the door and said, "Oh, little frightened wolves with the trembling chins and the scorched tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. But as he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of the flowers. Scent means sweet smell. It was fantastic, and because the scent or smell was so lovely, the pig took another breath and then another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender and soft, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big, good pig. He started to sing and to dance the tarantella. At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick, but soon they realized that the pig had truly changed, so they came running out of the house. They started playing games with him. First, they played pig pog, and then piggy in the middle. And when they were all tired, they invited him into the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and wolfberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily together ever after. The end. Well, boys and girls, I want you to think about this story, the 3 little wolves and the big bad pig, and compare it to our first story, the 3 little pigs. First off, I want you to think of all the ways that these 2 stories are different. Are their settings different? Are their characters different? Was the plot a little different? Remember, plot means what happened in the beginning, what happened in the middle, and what happened at the end. And, speaking of end, how were their endings different? Then, I want you to see if you can come up with some ways that these 2 stories were the same. They both had the same things in them. Now, turn to your partner or your mom or your teddy bear and tell them 3 things that were different, not the same, and 3 things that were the same. And write me a sentence telling me which story you like the best. And you could text that to me on my phone. I would love to see a picture of your sentence. And I would love to see you too. Remember, I love you, I miss you so bad, and I hope you have a happy heart and you're growing your brain. Remember, if it's just a little bit hard, you're growing your brain. So keep on working. Get ready for first grade. See you later. Bye-bye.